Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Tyrus Bain here, aka the definition, aka the gorilla. A requested topic by Sistar Sunshine. You know what I'm saying? One of my longtime supporters. So I figured I'd go ahead and go through it. What's up, Sunshine? How you doing this morning? Getting my ruck on. You know what I mean? About 60 pounds on this beautiful morning. It's nice and cold, but bad. I got my thermal shit on. You know what I mean? 22 Ronin was good. I'm doing your favorite thing, Ronin, getting my ruck on. We know you love that. Anyway, how y'all doing this morning? Thought I'd go through this Agenda 47 manifesto, basically, of Donald Trump's. Y'all know I got to get my lunges in and my squats. Yeah, so Trump has an agenda for his next term. So we're going to go through it, see what it's hitting for, see how realistic, we're going to discuss how realistic it is and all that good stuff. See what it's hitting for, you know what I mean? So anyway, how y'all doing this morning? Please hit the like button. All this I'm getting off of the Trump, the Donald J. Trump website. So this is straight from his website. Black Spring with Autumn was good. Y'all salute Queen Black Spring with Autumn. Y'all check her channel out as well. She on some real stuff. And unfortunately, the YouTube gods has seen fit to stifle her channel just as much as mine. You know, but when you don't play the left-right paradigm political game, that's what happens. If you don't choose a side, you don't really get no love. Sunshine says, I'm nervous because I know if there is some hidden small print, you will find it. Well, from what I've seen, there's not really any small or fine print. You know, these are things, you know, it's really no different than any other agenda that a president has put forward. You know, it's like a wish list, if you will, because a lot of this he's going to have to get through, you know, Senate and the House. Robert Lynn Schultz was good. He's going to have to get this stuff, you know, through legislation and all that, some of it. But without further ado, I'm offline. The hell? We're going to go through it. I'm offline. If they don't knock it off, hold on. Why's my... All right. Anyway, so like I said, I'm getting this straight off his website. So this is straight from the horse's mouth, if you will. So, at the top, if you go to it, now there's two tabs at this moment. One for Agenda 47, the other one, the statements. So of course we're gonna go through the Agenda 47 tab and see what it's talking about. So the first thing it says is President Donald J. Trump declares war on the cartels. You know, Joe Biden prepares to make his first ever trip to the southern border that he deliberately erased. Hold on. Make sure my bottle don't fall out. So they're basically saying Joe Biden erased the border. So, and he's finally going to go visit the border he erased, which, you know, is a little hyperbole, but, you know, metaphorically speaking, is true. Exactly, an uphill illusion. Exactly. And it will be official policy of the United States to take down the drug cartels, just as we took down ISIS. Now, I hope y'all understand what that means, because J.D. Vance talked about this as well. And he basically said if they have to, they will bomb the shit out of the cartels. So, I mean, if they on their real shit, you know, I don't know. That's a little bit much. I don't know how I was going to go over with the, you know, with the humanitarians, you know, bombing cartel members and shit. Like, I mean, you're talking about dropping bombs on a neighboring country. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a terrible idea. You don't need to do that. These cartel members, you know, I told y'all about the village in Mexico that took on the cartels with 10 or 12 men and bolt action rifles and some semi-automatic rifles, and was able to basically keep them off of them. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. I don't think bombing is necessary. Shit, put some precision strike teams, drop some precision strike teams over there and get it popping. So basically, all right, that's what they're talking about. Basically declaring war on the cartels. Hold on, man. This bottle does not fit on this thing I got very well. Anyway, there we go. Sunshine says, yeah, because they have recruited special ops at some of those cartels. Yeah, real shit. No, it's not curing the border. So, yeah. But they do need to do something about those damn cartels. Because I'm not really worried about the drugs. I'm worried about the trafficking, the human trafficking they're doing. That's what the focus is on. They need to end the human trafficking that's going on. So next on the agenda is ending veteran homelessness in America. Yeah. It says Trump will make it personal mission to totally eradicate veterans homelessness in America. Now, if you click on that, it takes you more into basically Trump speaking. There's a transcript that involves, there's a transcript of Donald Trump talking about these agendas. So if you click on an item in the agenda, you can listen to him talking about it. So, but it says on day one, Donald Trump will sign an executive order to cut off Biden's massive spigot of funding for shelter and transport of illegal aliens and redirect those savings to provide shelter and treatment to veterans. Now, that's I don't have a problem with that, you know. Listen, here's the bottom line. We are getting extorted, right? We're getting forcibly extorted by this government. And, you know, they're going to use your extortion dollars for whatever they see fit. And if he's speaking real shit, I don't have a problem. I'd rather my extortion dollars go to helping homeless veterans than illegal aliens, bottom line. Period. So I have no, like I said, as of right now, we're being forcibly extorted. and we have no say on what our extortion funds are being used for. And I damn sure don't want to be used for illegal aliens, to house them, to transport them, to give them gift cards and all this bullshit. So, hey, it is what it is on that. But let me go into a little of the transcript. It says, now this is Joe, this is Don. Sunshine says, I interview vets pushing the shopping carts. Oh, they do suffer in silence because that's what they've been trained to do, you know? But they don't have to. We should be speaking up for them, you know? Now it says, under crooked Joe Biden, the U.S. government has spent nearly $1 billion to house illegal aliens and foreign migrants in expensive luxury hotels, which is true, courtesy of you, the American extortion payer. Now, he said taxpayer, but in reality, you're extortion victims, including myself. And they want to spend billions and billions more. In many states, we're running out of hotels because the rooms are all booked up with illegal aliens living in a very large way, the American extortion victims dime. Now, when he says taxpayer, I'm going to replace it with extortion victims. That's just what I'm going to do. So when I say extortion victims, he's saying taxpayer. They're living in filth and squalor on our streets. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I skipped. It says, meanwhile, we have 33,000 veterans in this country who are homeless and living very poorly, I might add. And it's a shame. They're living in filth and squalor in the streets, blah, blah, blah. Now, and then he also says, Joe Biden puts illegal aliens before homeless veterans, and we cannot let that happen any longer. The American veteran is one of our greats. And that's true, because we do know. Now, this wasn't necessarily Joe Biden that did this. These were the states, the sanctuary states and cities that put veterans out of shelters in order to house these illegal aliens. That is what was done. And yeah, they displaced homeless veterans from shelters in order to house illegal aliens. That's what they did. Now, Joe Biden was instrumental in this happening because he created that atmosphere, right? I appreciate that, Sunshine. Yeah. Yeah, hit that like button. 22 Rona says, respectfully, immigrants didn't ask to live in. Doesn't matter, 22 Rona. So you're focused on the immigrant, what the immigrant had decided to do. No, I'm talking about what your government decided to do to house these immigrants. You know, I'm not pointing the finger at the immigrants right now. Should they have come over here? No. But why did they come over here? Because our government told them to come. But Joe Biden said, hey, come one, come all. Come on over. Yeah, we got some free shit for you. So I'm not talking about what the immigrants decided. And don't forget that these immigrants had the nerve, many of them, to say, no, this ain't good enough. I need better housing. Y'all need to do better for us. No, miss me with that shit. Miss me, 22. A lot of these immigrants were acting like prima donnas and said, you know, became prima donnas and said, no, we don't want to. Y'all get what I'm saying? A lot of these immigrants were complaining about their hotel stays. They wanted better accommodations. So miss me with that shit. Gorilla Ismo says, you calling them aliens is disrespectful. How's that? They are still humans. Wait. Oh, man. Man. They are aliens. So them being aliens does not preclude them from being human beings. They are human aliens, right? They are aliens because they are not of this land that they call America, right? Therefore, they are aliens. If I went to Thailand, right? If I went to Thailand with or without a visa, with or without permission, I would be an alien in Thailand. Bottom line to it. Y'all too focused on words. I also think the government is creating resentment on purpose. That's what they do, 22 Ronnie. That's how they stay relevant. Migrant workers. No, many of them are not migrant workers. A lot of them are migrant criminals. Bottom line to it. Unrelated, but what fucking doctor office charges you to park? Yeah, that's crazy. Just want to tell my mom that to just find it. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like some Georgia shit. That's some shit they do in Georgia. I don't know. Yeah, that's some shit they do in Georgia. I don't know nothing about paying to park at a doctor's office. Well, actually, it depends on where the doctor's office is. So if you're downtown, parking garage, and they'll charge you for it. So never mind. I've seen that. I've seen that in LA. That's bougie shit. So if you go downtown, you know, where parking is trash anyway, you're not gonna park downtown for free anywhere. Criminals, terrorists, and spies. Exactly. Some of them are workers, and some of them are aliens. Some of them are terrorists. Some of them are criminals. Some of them are gang members. Look at the criminals in charge. They are literally creating the issues, but you focus on. Okay, Gorilla Ismo is clearly new to my channel. Clearly new to my channel. I just got through telling Ronan that I'm not putting this on the immigrants. I'm putting it on our government that allowed these people to come over here and sold them a dream and allowed the criminals to criminalize. Gorilla Ismo is clearly new to the channel. Clearly new. So let's move on. That's just the bottom line to it, right? Some of these illegal aliens are criminals, right? Some of them are outlaws. Why are they outlaws? Because when they crossed over the border, they broke the law. Yeah. And when they decided they wanted to come over here and get free shit, but with the assistance from the U.S. from the people, the extortion dollars that they get from us, they took stolen funds, class criminals. They did it. Exactly. And it's our own money fund. Exactly. Yeah, see, y'all think small. Let's just be real about it. If you think that this is about attacking the little guy, then you obviously are new to my channel, and that's okay. So let's keep it going. Another agenda item, no welfare for illegal aliens. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. Everything is for profit in America. You will pay. Exactly. Exactly. Except we don't get to choose what we pay for. You see, in a free world, in a free society, when we use our money to buy something, or when we want our money to go towards something, it's a choice of ours. We choose where our money goes. But in this society, under government rulership, a lot of the money that you earn, you don't get to choose where it goes, right? So he says, no. Now this is back in November of 2023. So this agenda is not a new thing. Just so y'all know, it's been out there. All right. So it says President Donald J. Trump's announces steps he will take on day one to end welfare for illegal immigrants and shut down abuse of payroll authority, parking deck contractors. So basically ending welfare for illegal aliens, which I don't understand how they were able to receive in the first place. Because listen, the bottom line is they did not earn a living in this country. They came over here and immediately got free shit. They didn't put anything into anything. So I have a problem with that. Bottom line to it, in any society, anarchistic, governmental, whatever, even in an anarchistic society, if you decide to live in a community with other individuals, evidence of what, guerrillismo? Evidence. Some of y'all don't know how to argue. Y'all don't know how to present points. What does evidence mean? Evidence of what? Like, do you even know what you're talking about? Are you asking me for evidence that illegal immigrants got welfare? You kidding, right? Robert Lynn Schultz says, I am guardedly optimistic for the next 2 years at least. Lots of folks clamored for change. Well, Trump is energized and focused on big change. Huge change, yeah. I mean, that's what he says. And I have to admit, even as someone with my philosophy, when Trump was president the first time, I earned more money and saved more money, more importantly, than any other period of my lifetime. That's just the real shit. That's just really reality. J994 says, I keep, even though I'm the one just got laid off, why is she asking me? At least my sister and aunt have jobs. I don't know, man. I mean, family is family, Because see, as a father, right? When my children become adults, I want to be in a position to where if anybody needs anything, right? Anybody needs financial assistance, it wouldn't be me, right? I look forward to never having to ask my children to do anything for me financially. I'm going to be in a position to where are growing into their adulthood and they're experiencing life as young adults until they get to that stage where they no longer need my help. I'm going to be able to help them. I didn't have that. You know what I mean? I still don't have it. Just real shit. Like my mother still asks me, for assistance, which I have no problem doing. I don't want to be there. But it is what it is. That's just, that's the reality of black families in this country, unfortunately. So Joe Biden says, crooked Joe Biden is running a non-stop conveyor belt, importing illegal aliens from all over the world into our country, and the Biden Department of Homeland Security is abusing its so-called parole authority to give them more governmental benefits than many law-abiding citizens, which is true, including our vets. So it goes back to the veterans. Our vets are being taken advantage of. Our citizens are being taken advantage of. It's all true. So we diverting funds from illegal aliens seek welfare. Now I got a question for this character, Gorilla Ismo. Do you have a problem with Americans coming first? Do you have a problem with that? Because I know my parents and my grandparents, all of them, they put a lot of energy into this country. You know what I'm saying? And for someone who didn't to get priority is asinine. So you tell me, does it make sense for you, that people that have never contributed to this society and to our communities get any assistance or get priority over people that have been there? So let's say you grew up in a lot of work, saying you contributed to that village, the village's continued growth and development, and you injure yourself, you break a leg, and you can't work right now. But then at the same time, some Joe Schmo comes out of nowhere and he can't work either, right? Or he can work, but they don't require him to work. What they do is they kick you out of your house. They kick you out of your house. You who have been there your entire life, contributing to that village, and they house this stranger who can work but doesn't. And it's okay. Sunshine says, I ask how they are able to get the assistance first. The answer I was given is it is due to the fact that their own are running many other organizations' businesses. They come here and then hire each other. Yeah, I mean, that's true as well. And take over all the programs. These are facts. This is what happened in that has happened a lot in California, real shit. No, that's true. That's real spill. Yeah, Sunshine. These are facts. These are facts. You're speaking truth right now. That's what they do. But we don't do that. We get into positions of power, right? I'm speaking about black folks right now. Black folks get into positions of power, and they get in positions where they can make a change, and they don't look out. They don't look out. You know, they tend to want to steer clear. Well, they spraying today, ain't they? Look at this shit. I wonder if that's why it's going to be 70-something degrees tomorrow. Look at this shit. They can't leave the skies alone. Look, these motherfuckers are crazy. These motherfuckers crazy, Cole. These motherfuckers crazy, man. So, yeah, you absolutely right, Sunshine. So let's go into another agenda item, right? 2 agenda points about immigration, all right? President Trump's message to American auto workers. What happened to auto workers is an absolute disgrace and an outrage beyond belief. Auto workers are getting totally ripped off by crooked Joe Biden and also their horrendous leadership. All right, so let's click on that. Black Spring Autumn says, boule up. I agree. You have an identity crisis going on here. I suggest you deal with that before you talk about the economy. Gorilla Ismo, I don't have an identity crisis. Nope, I surely don't. I know my identity. I know who I am. I don't know what you're talking about. But what does an identity crisis have to do with the economy? So let's say I had an identity crisis, y'all. Let's say I didn't know who I was. Because see, this people don't know how to argue points. What he said is a fallacious statement. So let's say I have an identity crisis. Am I back, you guys? They buffering my shit. I've never had an issue with my internet over here. Look at the beautiful fall colors cracking. So this guy tells me I have an identity crisis I have to deal with, and I shouldn't be speaking on the economy. What does having an identity crisis have to do with one's knowledge of the economy? I could have an identity crisis and have knowledge of the economy. Look at this. So they buffer my shit and take me from 96 viewers down to 26 in a split second. Wow. Woo, child. So yeah, identity crisis. Oh, I have an identity crisis and a midlife crisis. No, Sunshine, don't delete them. No, let that individual launch their ad hominem attacks. I have an identity crisis. I can have an identity crisis and have more knowledge of the economy than you. What that got to do with it? Like, identity crisis, economy. Where are those two? Where is the common thread there? Don't delete them. No, we ain't gonna delete nobody. We gonna let them speak, because see, this is why I love free speech. Let them freely speak and show their ass. It's a good lesson, right? It's a good lesson that what this guy just said. He said, I have an identity crisis, so I shouldn't speak on the economy. Y'all know what a fallacy is? That is known as a ad hominem attack. Me having an identity crisis has no bearing on my knowledge of the economy. I don't have an identity crisis because I recognize that when black people get into positions of power, they tend to not lift other black folks up. That's just real shit. You see it all over the place. And how does that mean that I have an identity crisis? I'm doing some Bulgarian split squats. All right, so there have always been, Robert Lynn Shaw says, there have always been ways to exploit a system organization. The bigger and more complex the system organization, the more points of exploitation are possible. This is a true fact. But see, we don't use that. I'm just speaking real shit. Pamela Hiller said, you vote for comma, and I void for Trump. Oh, Pamela, I'm not even going to touch on the many ways that sentence didn't make any goddamn sense at all. Gorilla Ismo says, I'm biased. I have a biased mindset, so it affects my real life view. Biased towards what? What am I biased towards? Where are my biases? How does me speaking on the black community, a reality in the black community, how is that bias? How is that bias? What am I being biased towards? Thank you, Sunshine. I agree. No, they're trying to, but see, I understand what they're doing, but they can't. Because I'm going to show them their ass, and then I'm going to move on. So look, President Trump message to the auto workers. Okay. What happened to our auto workers is absolute disgrace and outrage beyond belief. All right, I said that. So basically he's saying, because these people are allowing our country to do these electric vehicles that very few people want, and this is true. I don't want no electric vehicle, but they're trying to force it down our throats, just like solar and wind. Now, there's a place for all that. As an electrician, I have a full understanding of how solar, wind versus fuel-generated electricity works. And I'll touch on that a little bit, but let me go through this. Auto workers are getting ripped off by Crooked Joe, all right? And it's a mandate, so you'll ultimately be forced to drive in a car that goes for an hour, and then you have to have it recharged. I hope you don't want to go very far away. Now, that's true. Biden, it's not really true. He's being a little hyperbolic. An hour? Come on. Yes, please get the thumbs up. You are biased by speaking the truth. Exactly. It's real shit. Biden has imposed an outlandish requirement that 67% of all new vehicles must be electric in less than 10 years, which is ridiculous. This means Michigan and places that make cars, you can forget about it. You better get your union working, because you can forget about A lot of the shit that we got going on. But listen, here's the thing. People should be able to buy whatever type of vehicle they choose to buy. You know, at the end of the day, this is about freedom. It's about free will. You know, I don't want an electric vehicle, not a fully electric vehicle. You know what I'm saying? I want a choice. Now, if I want to get an electric vehicle, I'll do it for whatever purpose I want to use it for. I'll get an electric golf cart. You know what? That could be a thing. All right, you want 67%? Okay, let's buy a bunch of golf carts, fully electric golf carts, and make sure it's over 67% of the vehicles. And then we just leave them in the garage and use them to ride around in our land. There you go. Average House Husband says, thanks for speaking the truth. It ain't convenient or safety. It's absolutely not. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Robin Schultz. Yeah, you see, here's the problem. People are so used to arguing left or right, you know, instead of just arguing what's truth and what's not. Basing everything on fact and what's in front of you. Electric toothbrushes are awesome. Electric cars are not awesome. Exactly. They're not. All right. So, what's another agenda item? Trump's pledge to homeschool families. Now, this is one I'm looking out for. All right. In a new Agenda 47 video, President Donald J. Trump promised to serve as a champion for homeschool families. Okay, how can he do that? Let's see. Because, you know, as y'all know, if y'all know me, I homeschool my kids. So how would that look? You know what I'm saying? All right. As president, it is my honor to support America's homeschool families and to protect the God-given right of every parent to be the steward of their children's education. I can be with that. I'm down with that. You know, President Trump pledged to allow homeschool parents to use 529 education saving accounts to spend up to $10,000 a year per child, completely tax-free, to spend on costs associated with homeschool education. Yo, again, he's talking about redirecting our extortion dollars. You know, listen, I don't believe in using other people's money to fund anything that they have no say of. But they're going to do it until we do something about it, right? They're going to continue to extort us and use our extortion dollars for what they see fit. But until we make a change that no longer allows them to do that, this is going to be the reality. So if they're going to divert some funds and give it to homeschool parents, $10,000 a year, I mean, it's better than me homeschooling my kids and still getting taxed, still having my extortion dollars go toward public schools that my children don't even go to. So I still have to spend money out of my own pocket. I have to spend money out of my own pocket to educate my homeschool children and still have my extortion dollars from the local government and whatever go toward their public school that I'm not even using. You see what I'm saying? Now that's criminal. My children aren't even going to public schools. But guess what? My extortion dollars are going to those goddamn schools. That's criminal. If I'm not using it, why am I paying for it? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. I had not heard about the homeschool thing. Cool sounding. Maybe those vouchers could be used by parents for, well, that's what it would be for. That up to $10,000 would be for homeschool parents to homeschool their kids. That's what that would be used for. So, Richard Clark, that makes sense, homeschool. So, what's funny is my oldest daughter is 14, going on 15, and she is a freshman. She's in freshman level, basically high school. And we were thinking about allowing our daughter to attend high school, maybe in the 11th and 12th grade, just so that she can get some experience with dealing with that type of environment in case she wants to go to college or something like that. But every other day, I am reminded of why I don't want my kids to go to school. Go to a public education institution. And I'm reminded all the time, whether it be, nasty grown-ups in the school trying to do nasty things to your children, whether it be nasty kids with their nasty behaviors trying to do nasty things with your children, whether it be you having no idea what your children are being taught. I mean, there are a myriad of reasons I don't allow my children to go to school, and I'm reminded every other fucking day. I mean, my wife was talking to her mother yesterday, and she was talking about how when she was in high school, there was this teacher in her class that was saying all kind of inappropriate things all the time, right? Was always saying inappropriate things in the class every day. A grown-ass man. And then she was talking about how one of her homegirls ended up dating the coach of the PE coach. Ended up dating the PE coach. Not while she was still in high school, but not too goddamn long after. Maybe like 2 or 3 years. She's dating her high school coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Those are grooming grounds. Nah, man. I'm always reminded, like, you want your children to experience life, even if they're homeschooled. Because in 4 years, my daughter is going to technically be an adult. But I'm not going to force her. She can stay. She can stay with us for the rest of her fucking life if she wants to. You know what I'm saying? She's never going to be in a position where, oh yeah, you got to get out when you're 18. No, she can leave when she's ready. Yeah, so this dude basically waited for her to become an adult to get at her. I don't know what. That's weird. That's weird, man. That's weird. That's weird. So let's get to another agenda item, right? Basically, and then he said we'll also work to ensure that every homeschool family is entitled to full access to the benefits available on non-homeschooled students, including participating in athletic programs, clubs, after-school activities, educational trips, and more. Hey, I like that. As we should, because if my kids want to participate in extracurricular activities, again, we can go to a local park, stuff like that. But in a certain level, they have, once if they want to, like say my second oldest daughter likes volleyball, so we find a local park. But once she gets old enough to get, like, if she wants to compete on a higher level, she's going to have to do it in high school against high school teams, in college or whatever. You just have to pay for it. That's a lot of the things that we have to pay. We got to pay for out of our pocket if we want our kids to do something. Whereas if they were in school, they wouldn't have to pay for that. I agree. Jay with Open Eyes 4. We need to establish the sense of community again. Yeah. Sunshine, I agree. That is pedo. Excuse me. Tiger says, maybe after public schools are under your state. Huh? I don't know what that means. Can you expound on maybe after public schools are under your state? I don't know what that. Help me understand what you're saying. All right, so. All right, let's see. Damn it, my bad. I gotta get back in there. I backed out. All right, so. And then after that, it goes into principles for great schools leading to great jobs. Let's see what that's talking about. It says, rather than introducing young people with inappropriate racial, sexual, and political material, which is what we're doing now, our schools must be totally refocused to prepare our children to succeed in the world of work. Okay, so here's why I agree with that. I agree with that thing because power needs to be placed back into the hands of the parents. Completely and 100% totally. Because, see, a lot of these teachers, they think that because, oh, well, we have your children in our custody for a lot of the day, they're our children too. So we get a say in what they learn and their lifestyle, and we get to socialize them. We get to be as important as socializer. No. You're a teacher. That's just your job. My kid is not your kid. They don't belong to you. You know, you're their educator, and that's all you are. So I don't need you foisting your opinions about sex, race, and whatever else onto my children. I'll take care of that. You teach them math and science and reading and, political history, but leave your opinions at the door. These are my children. So that's basically the gist of that, right? Stop focusing on that. Stop focusing, no. Let me take care of that, right? In preparing, he says he wants to prepare our children to succeed in the world of work. The problem I have with that is, children should also be taught how to be business owners and entrepreneurs. Let them get a taste of that so they can determine for themselves, do I want to be a worker or a business owner when I'm ready? Do I want to work for myself or for somebody else? Some people are suited for working for other people. Some people aren't. You know what I mean? Let those that are better suited to be business owners, let them discover that early in life. Because, yeah, real shit. Like me, I'm not suited to be anybody's employee. That's why, even though I have been one my entire adult life, I just don't feel any sense of satisfaction from it, even though I make very good money right now. And I do have I am a manager at some level, but being a manager for somebody else's company is not the same as being the owner. Yeah. So anyway, now he's talking about 10 principles to power President Trump's movement. Restoring parental rights. Okay. I like that. President Trump will turn back the tide of left-wing indoctrination and once again respect the fundamental right of parents to control their education, healthcare, and moral formation of their children. Okay, I like that. We'll see how real that is. Now, so you got that, and it says Trump will immediately reverse Joe Biden's barbaric gender-affirming care policies, and he will sign an executive order instructing every federal agency, including the Department of Education, to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition. Okay, I can get with that. Robert Lynn Show says sex education should not be taught in schools. This was the beginning of all sickening slide into the craptastic clown world public education has become. Exactly. Yeah. He said he will declare any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicare, and Medicaid. Okay. All right. De-incentivize those healthcare facilities and people if they participate in the nonsense. Okay. Stop giving them more extortion funds. Okay. President Trump will inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body, they will be faced with severe consequences. Okay. Including potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and elimination of federal funding. Bada boom, bada bing. I like that. I like that. Now it shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't have to come to this, right? In a free society, we should not have to worry about any of this. In a free society where everything is independent, with the schools, healthcare, everything is not tied to the federal government, you wouldn't have a Joe Biden issuing these mandates and allowing this shit to happen, right? If everything was as it should be, independent, right? Everything down to the public works. The people within the community decide how that shit operates. Not some guy in Washington, D.C. We should not need a Trump. First of all, this is fucking sick, right? The idea that we have this gender affirming care bullshit for children, that hospitals and teachers are allowed to push this in the first place, is a problem. We should not need a Trump to step in and do anything. We should have stepped in as soon as they started talking about it. We should have stepped in and be like, oh, no. This ain't going down. But no, we have it in our heads that only a president and only the government could do anything about anything. Oh yeah, you can't protect your own children. A president has to do it. The police has to do it. No, you are responsible for your own children's safety and welfare. Period. You are. Not a president, not the police, not any government agency, not the Department of Education, not the Department of Health. You are responsible for your children's safety, well-being, education, and all that. Yes, including their education. It's up to you to decide how and who educates your children. You are their first line of defense. You are their first caretaker. You are the one. So Donald Trump should not have to do this. Donald Trump should not have to push through any executive action. No, this should not have allowed to have been done. We should not be seeing fathers being taken away from their children because they don't want to affirm their new identity, their gender identity, when they're 6 or 7 years old. Like that poor guy in Texas whose baby mama took their kid to California. And the judge in Texas allowed it to happen because he did not want to call his son a girl. This should not be happening. We should not need a Donald Trump to stop that shit. Now, that judge allowed that to happen in a free society. That judge would have suffered some consequences. You understand what I'm talking about? In a truly free society, that judge that allowed that mother to take that kid to California to become so that their son could become a girl and stay a girl. Oh no. There'll be consequences and repercussions for the judge, for the mother, in a free society. See, people think a free society means that mother can do whatever they want to. No. That's not how that works. Let's see. Can't Guard J says, hell, we shouldn't need Trump for dealing with these migrants. Yeah, exactly. Specifically these gangs, violent gangs like Tren de Argua or whatever the hell. And I talked about that. I talked about that with the Tennessee bullshit. I'm like, y'all need Trump to save y'all from these gangs? Y'all have permitless carry. Y'all have castle doctrine. Y'all have no duty to retreat. Y'all have stand your ground laws. Why are what are we talking about? We waiting for Trump to come through and clean it up? What the fuck? Makes no goddamn sense. Black people who support white supremacy. Okay. Did y'all delete people who support white supremacy? Black people who, did y'all delete that? Let's not delete anything, y'all. Wizards of Gem City. Then at the same appointment, I was called sis by this dude. I hate that shit. What the fuck? I'm a woman. He had to right to be in my appointment, but my appointment became all about him. It's crazy. Let's see. Wizard of Gem City said there is a reason children are called dependents. They're not able to make serious decisions. A parent shouldn't obey a child's fantasy. I agree, Wizard of Windy City. Blacks people who support white supremacy. He asked, am I one of those niggas for Master Trump? No, absolutely. Again, another newbie to my channel. Clearly has no idea what my philosophy is. What about white neo-Nazis and Klan? What about them? What do you want me to say about them? Fuck them. I mean, I don't understand. We got these fools in. Yeah. Let's not delete anything. Oh, it's automatically held. Okay, so if you're going to keep asking the same question, then I'm going to consider that to be spam, and I will delete that. I will delete spam. I told you, am I one of them N-word for Trump? You clearly don't know what this channel is about or my philosophy. So, someone asked me, Sister Sunshine, the Queen Sunshine, asked me to talk about Donald Trump's Agenda 47. That's what I'm doing. And if I agree with some of the items or all of the items in this agenda, well, goddamn it, I'm gonna say it, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. You know what? What if I wasn't N-word for Trump? What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? If I'm an N-word for Trump, what you gonna do about it? What is anybody gonna do about it? Not a goddamn thing. Muhammad Husani, I'm no one's master. I'm no one's master. I don't believe in masters. Only I'm a master at being is a student. I'm a master student, but I'm no one's master. Robert and Shaw says, I did not delete anyone, man. Let fools show themselves for what they are. Exactly. Well, no one deleted them. It was automatically held for review. So, yeah, they're hitting me hard. Yeah, the dregs of YouTube, exactly. Ken Guard J says, but to your point, Snap, those open carry states, regardless, if their cities and counties are liberal, well, here's the problem with that. Because in many of these states, including Tennessee, even if a city within that state, they cannot make stricter laws. So if Tennessee has open carry, concealed carry, permitless carry, and it has and it has stand your ground, all that, a city cannot do anything about that. So that's not an excuse I'm rolling with. I'm not going with that excuse about the cities. No, that's unacceptable. Listen, let's say these liberal cities, in these liberal cities, the pigs are clearly showing themselves to be incompetent and can't handle their job. So how are they going to stop you? How are they going to stop the people from organizing, marching the streets with their weapons and going up to these gangs and extracting them? How is the police going to stop that? If they can't stop the gangs themselves, how they gonna stop you? How they gonna stop you? They can't. That's the mentality we need to have. Yeah. A lot of them are bots. Any they knew, they should instantly see your Trump supporter. You're not a Trump supporter. You literally just said 10 minutes ago that we should never need a Trump. Exactly. Yeah, well, it happens, anarchy. I think it's because of the Trump thing. So a lot of it has to do with Trump being in the title. It's all good, you know. Yeah, we only had 200 here 10 minutes ago. Yeah, they be doing that. And sometimes YouTube will purge a lot of shit out of my. So if I have a lot of views or a lot of people watching, YouTube will come and knock a lot of that shit out. And it could be because some of them are bots. It could be because they want to stifle. I don't know. YouTube does what it wants. Mr. Duke says Trump is a Christian. Okay. Isaiah Empanoza says Mexicans for Trump. Yeah. Sure. Anyway, Donald Trump will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers, and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different and unique. I can roll with that. Trump will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female. Now, let's see. Genders recognized by the United States government. I don't care about that. Here's my thing. If you want to be a man or a woman and you're the opposite of that, as long as you're an adult, you can entertain that for yourself. I'm not entertaining that nonsense. If I know you have a penis, which, well, I wouldn't necessarily know, but if my eyes and if common sense tells me that you're a man and you call yourself, you want me to call you a woman, I'm not going to do that. Same thing with a woman. If I know you're a woman and you want to identify as a male, you can do that for yourself. I'm not doing that. I'm going to call you a woman. Period. And it is what it is. Like, you can't make me call you whatever you want me to call you. I'm going to call you what you are. And that's just the bottom line to it. Isaiah Espinosa says Bible's back in school. What is that going to do? Mr. Duke says, hey, glad this channel supports Trump. Good boy. You're one of the good blacks. Mr. Duke, I don't support Trump. You're wrong. What? Kangar J says, hell, speaking of Tennessee, the Nashville police are too busy arresting 600 innocent sober drivers for DUI. That's crazy. I need to look into that. Robert Lynn Schultz, he's a troll. Straight up. He's been in here before. I think he's a Minor Mouse supporter. He's a Minor Mouse supporter. Minor Mouse supporters like to come through here every now and then and troll. If y'all know who Minor Mouse is, just put Minor Mouse in Google, you'll find out. Robert Lynn Schultz says color and pigment and skin pigment means nothing. I agree, but there are way too many people out there trying to make it mean something. And therefore, it's a problem, right? If you get my jig. NRG says there's a lag. Sunshine says him, was there more than one of him? Sunshine, what you talking about? Sunshine, what you referring to? Oh, the dude that showed up in my appointment said not to call him a man. He said he was a them. Them is plural. Real shit. Yeah. It's not even original anymore. Them, they, them. Like, it's not even original. I don't get it. Anyway, so there's a lot in that agenda, and I'm not gonna be able to get through all of it right now. So I'm about to be done right now, actually. But I like a lot of the things in it, just on principle. But this is common sense stuff. A lot of the shit in this agenda is common sense. And we should not need a Trump for these things to be able to happen, right? Our freedom should not depend on whether or not Trump is president. Like, come on, man. Can we get back to self-sufficiency and independence and self-empowerment? And when I say self, I'm not just talking about the individual, I'm talking about the community as well. A cohesive community that can function without a central government leader. We don't need that, y'all. So, all these things in this, not all of it, but a lot of the things in the agenda that I read so far, I like it on principle. I just don't feel like we need a Donald Trump to make it happen. We can make a lot of these things happen for ourselves. Anyway, 22 Ronan says, Biden is clearly not in charge. Clearly not. English, you good speaking. Why is this happening to me right now? Sunshine says, dude actually had me looking around to see if there was more people that were going to walk in. Yeah, I know, right? Maybe that's true. Oh, my bad. Oh, well, hopefully you can get another bus, Anarchy. See, I told y'all. Hold on, I'm going to show y'all. This Mr. Duke character is a Minor Mouse supporter. Keep Mouse name out your mouth. Mouse already beat your ass in the video. No, he did not. That was a friendly sparring match. See, you ain't going to take me off my square. It was a friendly sparring match. And he landed 3 good shots. Ooh. He landed 3 shots. That's it. I landed a couple. He landed like 3. It was boring. It wasn't no fucking fight. Y'all acting like we fought. Mr. Duke is full of shit. Fuck you, Mr. Duke. And fuck Minor Mouse. And if you support the PDF file, Minor Mouse, then fuck you. Well, I already said fuck you, but fuck you, you know, not with my shit, but Minor Mouse can fuck you. How about that? You fuck Minor Mouse, and Minor Mouse can fuck you. And no one's gonna do shit about me speaking on Minor Mouse, because I've been doing it. I did it for years. I did it when I was still in LA. And y'all were calling yourselves threatening my family. Y'all didn't threaten shit. Y'all didn't do shit. I invited y'all to come to the Culver City Overlook. And while I was rucking with 70 to 80 pounds on my back, vulnerable as hell, I invited y'all to come through and see about me talking about your man Minor Mouse. You didn't do it. You didn't do shit then, you ain't gonna do shit now. Just like I invited the clown Shoe Lucas, after he threatened my kids, to come see about me. Y'all didn't come see about me. You know, this useless words, and words are wind. But I was available. I made myself available to y'all. Yeah. I made myself available with 80 pounds on my back and told y'all to come see about me, and you didn't do it. I don't believe you. You need more people. You know what I'm saying? And that was by myself. When I could have pushed a lot of buttons. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care. Mouse is a pro fighter, so what? Anybody can be a pro fighter. Y'all think that that's hard to do. Anybody can be a pro fighter. It's not hard. LOL, people playing it. Yeah, well. And I wasn't even armed in Cali when I was doing my rucking, and I told these guys to come see about me. Well, I did have my knuckle knife. You know what I'm saying? I did have this. I love this thing. I did have this, but, you know. And I still got it. But, you know. Yeah, I invited it. Yeah, I told y'all people. The Sereno, whoever the fuck. you know, them goddamn them gangs in Orange County. Yeah, I told them to come see about me. Come on through. They didn't do it. So, Mr. Duke, miss me with that shit. Mouse been to LA many times. Many times when? You see, if Minor Mouse has been to LA, I was not aware of when he went to LA, and he damn sure didn't put it on blast. Didn't his channel get taken away? Is he doing events in Los Angeles, or was he driving his stupid truck? He was driving his truck to LA and driving his ass back to Vegas. And I do know he took his son down to a tournament. His son, he took the son to a tournament to participate in jiu-jitsu. I'm not going to do anything about that. He's taking the son to a jiu-jitsu match. You know what I'm saying? But where has he been to? I don't know about him going to LA. I don't know anything about him going to LA. If he went to LA, he didn't put it on blast. He didn't do no events. So it is what it is. Sugar Free Mars was good. Sugar Free Mars in the building. King Maz, Bajas. I don't know what that means. Sunshine says, hey, I got one of those with a hook at the end given to me by a vet who got a while in combat in San Ho. Still has DNA on it. Hey, I ain't mad at it. Y'all welcome Sugar Free Mars in the building. Y'all check her channel out. She gives great boxing commentary and commentary on politics. You know what I'm saying? She's very sharp. You know, that's why she's a Wi-Fi wife. You know what I'm saying? Kangar J says, yeah, that was uncalled for Lucas to be trash talking. Well, that's what he does. See, the clown shoe Lucas is used to that. The amazing, y'all know who I'm talking about, the amazing Lucas, but he's not so amazing. He's used to being able to talk shit to people on his little live streams, in his little phone calls that they call in for the so-called disagreement day. He's used to being able to talk shit to anybody, any way he wants, without consequences and repercussions. Well, he was talking shit to me, talking about he was going to smack my kids and all this other shit. But we lived in the same city, right? We lived in the same city. And he told me he knew where I was doing my live streams at. So, yeah. I said, okay, you running your mouth. Because I know he shadow watched me. A lot of people shadow watch me. I don't, and it is what it is. But I knew he shadow watched me when he told me he saw where I do my live streams at. I know where you're at. I can come smack your kids. I said, come do it. And I was rucking every other day at that time. You know what I'm saying? It was during Modelo 19 and all that shit. I told him, all right, come on through and handle that. Damn near every other day. I gave him a heads up before I even left the house. I would say, look, I'm about to go to the Culver City Overlook. Come see me up there. Oh, yeah, Sugar Free Mars. Oh, yeah. He did that. He did that. But like I said, we were both in LA at the time. And I told him, all right, come on. Come on up there. People knew where I was. Anybody had a problem with me? That PDF file, Minor Mouse, PDF file supporters, the Clown Shoe Lucas, they all knew where I was at. I made it clear and I made it known. I said, look, y'all come meet me out here. I'll be there at this time. They knew where I was. And I would do my rucking lives. No one came to see me. Yeah, that happened during the January 6th live. Yes. And I was saying about the January 6th live, I said, I don't see a problem with those people going in there because it's their building, right? We own that building. So if we want to go up there and complain to our government officials about that bullshit. Dude. Let me look, Sugar Free Mars. Just go check him out. Just go listen to the bullshit he says. And look how just go peep his whole demeanor, his whole aura. Yeah, I mean, you'll pick him apart real easily. Like you'll see what that dude's about. The amazing Lucas. He was he was a bodybuilder, but now he does commentary on politics and all that, and he's a gamer. But just to understand how some of these people think, just go check him out. Like you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see. He's definitely a clown, you know. But yeah, like we were cool at first, right? We were kind of cool, especially when he started to. It seemed like he was moving. His philosophy was moving toward anarchy and all that stuff. He started to understand the left right paradigm lie bullshit. But then all of a sudden, when this January 6th thing happened, when Joe Biden got elected, his whole thing shifted again. Like he shifted from the so-called red pill, conservative, you know, self-hating and all this. He moved from that to being more like along the lines of my philosophy, like fuck the left and the right and all this, that, and the third. And then when Biden got elected, or when that was happening, not even when he got elected, but when they were doing the election thing, right, when they were campaigning, it shifted again to like, it was crazy. He started talking about, he started defending, like trans, right, trans this and trans that, and it was kind of crazy. It was wild. But my point about the January 6th thing was, well, we own that building, right? If those people want to go up there and they feel like they got cheated out of an election and all that, they have the right to redress grievances with the government. So it's their building, right? We pay for the Capitol building. We pay for the maintenance. We paid for it to be built. We pay for those people to go there and work. So if we want to go up there and say, hey, let me holler at you, then we have every right. He didn't have a problem with that. He thought I was talking to him. I made a comment in his comment section to some people in his comment section. He thought I was talking about him, and he got butthurt about it. He said, I know. He just was talking shit. Anyway, it was bullshit. He was a black conservative. There was a lot of self-hate. Exactly. Lucas at this point is claiming to be pro-black and pro-citizen, but at the same time, he was advocating for gun law. He's an idiot. That's what I'm saying. All of a sudden, he goes from pro-2A to pro-gun control. Like, I felt like somebody had to be paying him. I felt like he was shilling, but it is what it is. He threatened my kids. I told him, come holler at me, just like I told other people that had a problem with me. Come holler at me, and we'll see about that. I even told him, I said, look, when he first went off on me in that live stream, I said, look, all right, you know where I'm at. Come holler at me. We'll meet face to face and we'll get it cracking. Before he had me delete it. So I said that before he had me delete it. He said, oh, you think I'm stupid? You think I'm just go to so you can call the police? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? If I wanted to get the police involved, I could call them right now and tell them you were threatening my kids on a live stream. If I was about that. If I really wanted you to get in trouble with the police, I could have, y'all already had the ammunition to do it. But no, I told you to come meet me for a head up fade. Come get this fade. I said, let's name the time and place. You can come to the Culver City Overlook. We can get this fade. You threatening my kids? Let's come get this fade. Exactly, Sugar Free Mars. Can't believe he said something like, oh yeah, he said it. But see, he talks to everybody. He talks to people like that. That's how he talks to people that disagree with him on his channel. That's how he talks to people. He'll talk shit and threaten, and that's just how he works. That's how he rolls. But it wasn't working with me. Because again, you said you knew where I was. I called him out. I had no problem seeing him face to face. Leah, I was gonna call the police. Why would I call? If I was gonna call the police, I just call immediately. He threatened my kids. He said he knew where I was. I could have said, look, we live in the same city. He threatened my kids. You know what I'm saying? I could have been called the police on him. What? No, I wanted to put my paws on you. I wanted to put these paws on. That's what I wanted. I said, all right, let me put these paws on you, and you can go back to doing your live streams. I said, look, and then I even said, look, I showed a video. I had all my sparring gear. I had I had 2 pairs of gloves. I had, you know what I'm saying? I had my hand wraps, all that shit. I said, look, we can go. You can show up. I'll do my laps, with my ruck. I'll be nice and tired, and you can come later on, and you'll have more energy. We can do it. We can make it a friendly sparring match. That way, you don't have to worry about nobody calling nobody. Still didn't want to do it, so fuck him. Can't guard Jay saying, Snap, keep in mind this wasn't the first time he talked trash, because you remember calling the show and he called you a fearmonger. Yeah, exactly. He called me a fearmonger because, I don't trust the government. Look, I've this was years ago. I've been an anarchist for years. Anarchy says he hasn't seen High Impact. Well, High Impact, he has a channel called Here's the Deal now. They took his channel away. His channel is now called Here's the Deal. So he does a lot of police stuff. Oh, the trees make you miss Charlotte? Charlotte, yeah. Charlotte is trash now, though. Yeah, it changed a lot. It changed a lot from when I got here 2 years ago. It changed a lot. Like it became super liberal. It changed a lot. I've gone up there a couple times to do things. I can completely see the shift. It's unfortunate. They still got the trees though, but it's just a lot more homelessness. Like the homelessness epidemic in Charlotte is bad. A lot of homeless people. The streets are dirty and trashy. It was crazy. Oh, you left there? You was there last year? Oh, she's still there? Okay. What does she think about it? Yes, Anarchy, his Chop channel. Yeah. He's still active on that. He's still active. He plays it safe. He plays it a lot safer. High Impact plays it a lot safer on his anti-cop channel. But he still talks about the same type of stuff. He's still the same. I will say that he stays consistent, even though sometimes he can spout some, racist shit. Sometimes some low key racist shit. Like he's not high key. He's not high key with it, but and I call him on it every time. Not anymore. I haven't spoken to him in a minute. I got his number. Oh, she's in Concord, but y'all used to live in Charlotte. Do you still live in the South? People homeless because they can't pass a credit check. 22 Ronnie, you a fool. Yeah, I wouldn't even consider North Carolina part of the South anymore. Oh yeah, Jay with open eyes. He said some questionable shit. For sure. Oh yeah, yeah. See, High Impact Brian, he's just ignorant of a lot of shit. Are you in New York? I know you got to be tired of New York. Come to South Carolina. Come on. South Carolina is nice. It's quiet. I like it. It's not very expensive. It's still the South. But I haven't had any problems. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to Georgia though. Do not go to Georgia. Especially Atlanta. You don't want to be there. I wouldn't go to Tennessee either, not right now. They need to get their shit together in Tennessee. So I'm in the Philippines, but when I get back, you'll be near Raleigh. Yeah, my cousin lives in Raleigh. Raleigh, Durham. I almost moved to Raleigh when I got out here. That was almost the spot I was going to go to, but I decided to South Carolina because South Carolina, they protect there's less gun laws You know what I'm saying? A lot less gun laws in South Carolina. Mm, sugar-free Mars depends on your it depends on your philosophy and your political stance and what you prefer. Because I look at North Carolina as like a New York 2.0 or LA California 2.0. Like they're moving along those lines. So if you're trying to get away from New York for political reasons and social reasons and societal reasons, then I would not suggest somewhere like North Carolina or Georgia because of that, because Georgia is moving more along those lines. The only thing with this is crazy. But in Tennessee, there's no payroll tax. That's a plus. In North Carolina, you're going to get taxed. They're going to tax North and South Carolina and Georgia. Taxes are crazy out here. They'll tax you. They'll tax you for anything. They'll tax you for clipping your toenails. Black people blacks. Who's this mouse guy you talking about? No, not the real Mighty Mouse. Minor Mouse. Minor, because he likes minors. Not Mighty Mouse. Not the real Mighty Mouse. No, I'm talking about the dude that used to be on Street Beefs. The dude that used to be on Street Beefs. He is from Virginia. His real name is Christopher Burrows or some shit like that. But no, that not no. Thank you, Anarchy. Thank you for wishing me happy Thanksgiving. We are going to eat well. But yeah. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here, man. I was supposed to be in. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me messed up standing here carrying this goddamn. Speaking of cheddar cheese, biscuits, and Red Lobster's TGF are going. Oh no. Yeah, a lot of them are closed down. My take on Drake suing Kendrick Lamar. Drake is a sucker. That's all I gotta say about that. I mean, Drake is a light skin. See, he's a light skin. He's displaying light skin behavior, and unfortunately, I might be technically physically light skinned, but I'm not light skinned. I'm not light skinned. I don't commit light skin behavior. So Drake is just being light skinned, bro. He's being light skinned. He got destroyed, so he felt like his best recourse was to sue. Yes, sugar-free Mars. He a light skin. Yeah. Now, like I said, technically I'm light skinned, but I'm not light skinned. I'm not, like a lot of these sensitive motherfuckers. Listen, Drake, you got cooked. You went at the God and you got cooked. Move on. Exactly, sugar-free Mars, the caucasity. You're half Caribbean? All right. Y'all leave me alone, man. I'm trying to get off this goddamn live stream. Have a happy We're Still Here day today. Blackfoot, Black Hawk. That's what I'm talking about. My great grandmother is full Native American. I'm just not sure what. I think she might be Blackfoot though. So definitely got that up in me. Anyway, thank you guys for coming through. Much love, like, share, subscribe. Yes, please hit that like button. Share this out. We talked about the Agenda 47. It is what it is. Much love, like, share, subscribe, and we're going to keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.